yourself in our shoes for a second. You're driving across Europe, you're on your way to Spain, the sun is shining, you've got great company, and we are on the adventure of a lifetime. But then the steering wheel becomes dangerously loose and you can't actually make it to the destination you're heading towards. What do you do next?
I know. You drive as far as you can into the desert, away from any supplies or mechanical help or any people at all. Did I get it right?
No!
Oh. For us, a big part of sharing the adventures with you is the chatting in the comments. And this time we thought, rather than just answer the questions in the comments, we would actually make this video for you, answering some of your questions right here, right now. Impossible says they're a long-time subscriber and they haven't followed for years. Sorry to miss you. But with that said, this is a great series. You two have great chemistry, and if Tamara puts up with you through this calamity, I think you found a winner. I think you're right. I was seriously worried that she would leave, but she's still here. There's a lot of people that haven't been watching for a while, and it's really good to have some of you guys back. So if that's you and you're back for this new series, welcome back to Combi Life. Woo! Better than ever, honestly. It's all about the chemistry. Woo! So stoked to have you guys back. Please leave us comments. It's good to hear that kind of stuff. Really keeps us stoked for sharing the videos with you.
First up, we've got some questions from the Combi crew. They're the supporters of our videos. Val asked, why didn't you prioritise getting fuel?
In case you haven't seen the episode, you really do have to go and see the episode. And the reason Val's asking that is because it was ridiculously cold when we were in the desert, and our heater runs on petrol. It's a petrol heater, and we arrived in the desert in the place where we would spend the next 36, I think, days, a ridiculous amount of time, without much fuel to run our petrol heater, and it was absolutely freezing. It's a great question.
Why didn't we?
Because there wasn't any petrol stations anywhere nearby. We were faced with a point, I think it was late on a Saturday evening, where we realised we just had to get the Combi off the road, and we just drove to the place that we thought would be the best and most comfortable place to live the van life for the next week, whilst we waited for the part to arrive.
A week. A week.
Yeah. The other reason we didn't get fuel is we didn't actually have a jerry can on the Combi at that time. Unfortunately, just before we left, somebody had crashed into the back of the Combi, reversing, and crushed the whole jerry can. So I was in the process of repairing. We did a lot of work on the Combi before we left, but we didn't fix the jerry can. That's stupid.
We had a very busy to-do list though. Val, by the way, is from Australia, and he mentioned that if it ever drops below 15 degrees, that he likes to crank the heating up.
That's Celsius, by the way, not Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah, true. Good point.
You're living the dream if you're putting the heater on at 15 degrees Celsius.
But then,
put a jumper on, mate. You're never going to survive outside of Australia.
And have the heating going on all night at minimum 20 degrees Celsius.
Luxury.
Wow. Why didn't we get that?
Gasmodo actually says that if they were in this situation, it would drive them nuts being stuck in these circumstances for so long. They'd be bored and angry. Do you know what? I would have thought that I would have been too. And I think the fact that we're having so much fun in these episodes, given the crazy situation and the really harsh environment that we're trapped in, is a testament to how good the company is. Petra actually goes on to say, Tamara is the best thing that's ever happened to you. I love her upbeat personality. Keep on filming, great series, although you're stuck in the desert. I couldn't agree more. See, get a kiss from behind the camera.
Following on from that, a really good question for Philip is, why didn't you check in at the Hilton Hotel?
I've met Philip. I like to meet as many of our Combi crew members as possible. I've met Philip when we were passing through Germany, and I know he's being a bit cheeky there, but it's actually a lot of truth in the question. Why didn't we check into the Hilton or some other accommodation? Why would we go and be broken down in the desert and subject ourselves to that? Lots of questions along those lines on YouTube as well from Cody and Johnny. You're handling it great, but you're not tempted to get a room in town? Did you think we should have just gone to like a hotel or something?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because it would have been so boring. It would have taken the experience away completely from us, and I had total faith that we were going to be there for just a week and get it fixed. Also on YouTube, questions from Calaxtra and William Field along the lines of, why did you go so far away in the desert, and why did you not just go straight to the garage? It's a common question. Yeah, we did think it would be only a short amount of time. We also didn't know that it was going to be as cold as they said it was going to be. There was a number of severe weather warnings, and even when they predicted severe weather in that region where we were right out in the desert, it was way colder than even the lowest temperatures in the town. As YouTubers and van lifers, we don't have an endless supply of money. Like we hardly ever stay in accommodation. We always do live the van life because it's cheaper. We can afford that. But actually, good question. What would have happened if we went to a garage.
I think if you put yourself in our shoes and you were broken down and you decide, I'm going to take your van to a garage for someone else to fix, to a mechanic, and go and stay in a hotel, not only would you be racking up a lot of money in the accommodation costs, but you'd also spend an absolute fortune having somebody else fix it. And I knew that they wouldn't just easily be able to source a 50-year-old Volkswagen part. I have gone to garages and I've lived in garages whilst I fix a car. There was 3 months in Costa Rica and 5 months in Mexico. Would you have wanted to be living inside a garage for the amount of time it took for us to get our parts and get out of there? No, a whole month.
Not at all. We knew we needed to source the part ourselves, and then when it arrived, get towed out of the desert.
We also thought we had enough supplies to see us through until the part arrived, because it was only supposed to take a few days, but that's not exactly how it panned out, as you'll see in the coming episodes where we go crazy in the desert.
In the freezing desert.
Hold up, I need a pick-me-up. Magic Mind sent us a box of their mental performance shots. This is actually day 9 of my 7-day challenge of Magic Mind. Caffeine was my go-to for getting through the insane workload of running a YouTube channel. But too much coffee was making me jittery, it was causing me issues falling asleep and staying asleep, and not to mention the digestive issues, which we will not discuss. This is like a slow release energy for your mind. It helps me stay focused and productive, which in turn reduces my stress levels and improves my overall mood. There's a lot packed in here, such as matcha, adaptogens, theanine, lion's mane's mushrooms, along with a whole bunch of vitamins. Magic Mind actually recommended that I try this in the morning alongside my coffee. I personally found it better in the afternoon, just after lunchtime. It helps me get through that kind of late afternoon crash. It's a slow release energy all day. Like I said, it's day 9 of my 7-day challenge and I've got myself 2 more boxes. I've enjoyed it that much. It's doctor backed and there's over 200 studies into the ingredients which prove their effectiveness. Magic Mind's a decent company. It's an awesome product and the best alternative I found to the general kind of energy drinks. If you'd like to check it out, I will link it below. Thank you so much to Magic Mind and thanks to you guys.
Combi Crew member Claudia also asked, could we also have done anything differently? Maybe have been more proactive about investing some of the tools that we needed?
Yeah, it's a good question. Did you see the size of the toolbox I was doing lunges with in that video though? When everything's said and done, I'm gonna stay on the ground. There ain't nothing gonna we have a lot of tools.
And not a lot of space.
Park and Nishnet also asked why we don't have the right proper tools after so many years. Why aren't you carrying the right tools? Do you learn nothing? Honestly, I carry more tools than any other overlander I've ever met. Most of this van is full of spare parts and tools. We actually can do most jobs, but unfortunately we can't carry everything. Like that time in France when I was with my brother and we had to take the engine out, I knew immediately that I needed to go and get some tools to make that happen, and one of those things was a massive jack and some jack stands to basically lift the combi up and drop the engine. That was a disaster, and in that moment I just had to go and get the stuff. Yeah. And in this instance as well, it was one of those jobs where finding the parts to do the job was part of the process. Should we tell them about that deleted scene we uploaded to the Combi Crew where I found the tool that I needed hidden underneath the seat?
So after having spent how much money?
I can't talk. I'm so furious with myself. No, let's not tell them that.
If you don't mind me saying, also we had done a huge to-do list. Right, so we've done the brakes, we've done the engine, I think everything else possible as well because my mind's blown. And this wasn't one of the things we expected to break.
No, steering box is one of those things that you don't really ever have to do much maintenance to. Just put a bit of oil in and make sure it's adjusted correctly.
These ones are loose and this one here is stripped. See that metal?
Alan said, really, what an adventure. Your ingenuity and resourcefulness are amazing. Alan's a part of the Combi Crew, so he's probably seen the last part of this saga already, because that's out for the Combi Crew. And yes, we did have to show some ingenuity and resourcefulness. Alan, we see your comments on almost every single one of our episodes. We see you, we hear you, we really appreciate you interacting with us. It makes it all the more fun to share these videos with you. Cheers, mate. Guys, I know we've been talking a lot about the Combi Crew recently, but we really do need your support. If you enjoy the episodes that we are making, it takes us weeks to make each episode, and we really want to continue to tell high quality stories and share the best possible adventures with you, but we seriously can't do that with the YouTube ad revenue alone. It's just not enough to cover our costs. So if you like what we're doing and you want to get access to all the bonus videos, join the Combi Crew. We'd really love to have you as part of this amazing community. Thanks.
Viper Coil said that compliments to Tamara's narration skills. Ben, she's giving you a run for the money in that department. Ouch. Fresh. I have the best teacher. And you know what, guys, thank you so much for enjoying the videos and for really actually being super supportive of my narration. It has been an enjoyable ride for me too.
Alaska, you can join in for a few more from YouTube. A couple of people that have mentioned about Brexit being the issue for our steering box not coming in from the UK to Spain. It's almost certainly the issue. Shipping has become a lot more difficult. Don't really want to bang on about it, but it did cause us an absolute nightmare. Superman actually said we should have got on a Ryanair flight, flown back, picked up the part and come back. We actually thought about it. We had people contacting us at the time saying, we will do that for you. But we actually thought it would be much easier than it was. And each time we tried to send the package, we thought it would get through, but alas, that wasn't the case. It's one of those things in hindsight, it would have been better to just fly there and get it and bring it back. Glampajan actually also met this comic crew member in Arizona, has also asked where do we keep the dog food for Alaska and if we carry dog food for Alaska, because like when we're in this kind of situation, our supplies are running out. We do carry a pretty decent bag of food for Alaska because she can't change food all the time as she's going to different countries, different dog foods provided, so it's a bit of a process. We keep it in the front, out of the camera view, away basically while we're driving and we're looking like we're having a great time. Underneath we're like this, aren't we?
And this is why Ben is always driving, because my feet can be that high up.
Redtail asks, surely you carry a water purifier? We were complaining in these episodes about not having sufficient water, and there was a river running not too far away from the combi. We soon found out that that river was very polluted and that it was not good for drinking or anything like that. We do have a water filter. I highly recommend that you have one. We always link it in the bottom of our video description, so go check it out because there's a discount there for all of you guys. It's one of those essential items I would not leave home without. If I was overlanding or van lifing anywhere, it saved us on so many occasions, honestly. We've also had quite a few comments saying these videos were shot a while ago, it was winter, it's now summer in the Northern Hemisphere, why aren't you posting in real time? It takes a long time for us to make the videos. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks to make the videos. So we can't do that in real time, and that's the sacrifice we make so we can share better stories, better high quality vlogs with you. It's the kind of content that we want to make. We would love to share real-time videos with you, but the quality would be a lot lower and we're not prepared to make that sacrifice. Oh, sorry, Chica. If you do want to see real-time updates, we do upload content every single month to the Combi Crew on Patreon and to the YouTube channel members, just with updates, sharing what we're up to and things like that, and some behind the scenes bonus videos with little things that are going on, deleted scenes and all of that stuff. So join the Combi Crew, support us. You might hear us say that a lot of times. We don't like to say it, but we really need to say it, and that's why we keep banging on about it, because without the Combi Crew there would be no Combi life. High five, Combi Crew. Marcel has got us a question here which he's been having to think about our predicament in the desert.
Where is Marcel from? Netherlands.
Marcel's from the Netherlands. He's such a cool guy, yeah.
He goes, you don't have any power source besides solar. As it was winter, you didn't get maximum charge to the batteries. I saw frost on the panels.
Duh.
Interesting point. And how much charging did you get from the sun?
Yeah, we didn't get a lot, to be honest, mate. Like it was challenging. It's always challenging in winter, which is why we have the panels tilting, but particularly when we weren't moving, because we also can charge from our alternators, I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
We couldn't really start the car because we didn't have petrol. We couldn't really recoup as much power as we needed. So I think for like the whole month we were going between like 20% battery and maybe 40% battery on a sunny day, but there were days where the battery power was just going down and down and down, and we didn't see sun for days, did we?
No, and we were super conscious about the lack of sun that we were having, because we were constantly checking the app which measures how much solar we've got, how much energy we've got.
I mean, like you could see in the video that on some of the sunny days it was actually quite nice and it was warm, and it melted amazingly as the sun kind of came up over the cliff. It melted the frost on the combi, which turned all of the ice into like a waterfall, which was actually not so great. It was really not so great, but it was a bad way to start your day before you can even have coffee. It's like, right, mop all of the windows, soak up all of the puddles. But we did have to get up early just to get the frost off the panels. We were that desperate for the sun. We needed the power into the solar panels, because all we were doing whilst we were in the desert most of the time was working and editing videos, waiting for our damn parts to arrive.
Yes, yeah. But that is how much the difference of 1 hour of extra solar made for us.
Yeah, somehow we made it through, only just. We didn't have any additional, we didn't have like one of our power packs, our portable solar generator things with us or anything. It was just the Battleborn batteries that we have in the van. Somehow we made it through, just Just.
And I don't know how, but the water tanks didn't freeze.
Yeah, he's also asking about the water tanks as well. Like, what did you do to protect your water tanks? Mate, I don't know. The water tank was outside. It froze every single day. We couldn't drain the water down the drain. We couldn't get the water out of the tank. We couldn't pump the water out of the tank. We had no idea like how they didn't crack, because it's made out of plastic. All of the tubes are rubber. Yeah. Perhaps that's a saving grace that it wasn't hard plastic and the tubes were rubber and they could slightly expand. But we should have been in a way worse situation than we were. I have no idea how that didn't freeze. Especially because even inside the combi, do you remember the water bags started freezing inside the combi? Yeah, Alaska's water as well in her bowl would just be like a solid block in the morning. What? Where did you take me? You said you wanted an adventure.
On YouTube, HC9582 is asking, what does Tamara do for work?
Not edit enough Combi Life videos, that's what she does.
No, I'm a business administrator for real.
Yeah, that's her main job. But you do also do quite a bit of editing of the Combi Life video. So she does the first cuts of the videos, brings them down to something more manageable, tidies them up, and then I put the finishing touches on the episodes.
The current timeline for a recent project. That's this one's the color work, the color scopes. That's my source monitor. That's the timeline. Lots of cuts. Look how many cuts go into this episode. It's insane.
It does make it quite difficult. And then obviously the video.
Yeah.
But we've had so much fun, haven't we, doing this?
Yeah, we've put in loads of effort into creating these episodes. Have you enjoyed it? The creative process? This is so new for you.
Oh, very much so. I was just saying to Ben today, actually, thank you for being so persistent, for just asking me constantly, just try it, just try it.
You did just say that, like about 10 minutes ago. She was like, thank you. And I'm like, for what?
No, I was quite resistant, but it's actually so much fun to be, it's a lot of fun to be doing the first and second cuts, to be going through this new process of learning.
If you're following us on Instagram or Facebook, you'll also see a lot of reels and things that we put out to kind of promote these videos and share what's in them, little teasers. Tamara does all of that. Very talented.
Well, I've had, again, a very good teacher. Yeah, it's been a totally new journey for me, but I've been really enjoying it. So thank you for actually passing that baton on to me.
In an ideal world, we would both be working full-time on Combi Life, because that would mean we could make better videos more frequently, but we cannot afford to sustain that. We can't actually even generate enough income for one person, never mind two people. And it actually takes more like 4 or 5 people's work to get Combi Life happening and out to you. High five to the Combi crew, the people that voluntarily support our videos. Pew, pew. Honestly, you guys are amazing. We need about another 500 of you to join the Combi crew so that we can continue doing Combi Life and making this series for you. So if you're not part of the Combi crew, please join. It only costs a couple of dollars a month. It's like half the price of a cup of coffee, and we will be able to make much more content. You will automatically unlock the future episodes, and you will also see all those episodes ad-free, which is nice, because who likes ads? Who likes making ads? We wouldn't even have to make ads if we had more members of the Combi crew. Join the Combi crew! Let's take over the world together.
Yes.
Make the best content on YouTube.
Come on.
Let's go.
Thanks for watching the video, guys, and high five to our Combi crew supporters. If you appreciate our content and would like to unlock hundreds of bonus posts, early viewing, behind the scenes, and much more, please join the Combi crew on Patreon or become a YouTube channel member. It's the best way to keep the Combi Life videos rolling. Cheers, and until next time, happy travels.
That's my life.